Hi, we're the Merrills. I'm Becky Merrill. I'm married to Major Chris Merrill, who's currently deployed in Afghanistan for the next year. We have 4 beautiful children who've come into our family through adoption. Garrett, who is 4, and Elena, who is 4, are biological cousins, and were born in Guatemala. Eddie, who is 6, and Lydia, who is 4, were born in Ghana, and are biological brother and sister. Guatemala children are living in orphanages that don't have funding. They struggle for food, they struggle for education. Garrett came home from Guatemala at 8 months, and he is my gregarious little man.
It's yummy.
Elena came home from Guatemala at 10 months. We're done. We're done. We have a very antagonistic relationship right now.
I'm very angry at you.
It's not what I want with my daughter. For Eddie and Lydia's adoption, we traveled to Ghana. 40% of the population in Ghana lives on less than $1 a day. Fortunately, Eddie and Lydia were able to make it into the foster care situation, and they have been with us in the United States for 3 months now. Eddie has only been speaking English for 3 months, and that can make him really angry and frustrated when he can't communicate. He will just explode.
Eddie, that is enough.
Lydia still very much needs to have me close.
Mommy loves.
I struggle with the balance between forming attachments with my children and also disciplining them. Lydia, do not hit me. I worry with Eddie and Lydia that I let them get away with too much.
You may not throw the game away just because you are angry.
I don't expect enough of them because they haven't been in our family as long.
I think we're gonna need to fix that pretty pronto.
Hi.
This is Daddy.
It's Daddy.
Daddy.
My husband is a pilot for the Marine Corps who's currently in Afghanistan. He is gone for the next year.
Oh, somebody wants to talk to you.
Chris and I try to stay in contact through email, infrequent phone calls.
Daddy, I miss you so much. I don't know you taking so long.
The hardest is holding my children when they cry and say that they miss Daddy.
Mommy gets sad when she misses Daddy. It's okay to be sad.
It's overwhelming to me at times. I love you too.
It's tough.
Parenting while Chris is gone is really hard because I don't have that additional support. I am on 24/7.
Ow! You may not bite me.
I have days where I feel like I am at my limit, like I just need to run away.
Hey!
I need to be able to give my husband peace of mind while he's deployed overseas this next year. Supernanny, we really need your help. Please hurry.
Becky, I know you're at the end of your tether, but just hold on a little bit longer because this nanny's got some tricks in her bag. I'll see you soon.
Welcome.
Thank you. Pleased to meet you, Jeff.
Nice to meet you, Becky Merrill.
Can I come
The
in?
kids were eager to meet me, but obviously reserved.
This is Lydia.
Hi, Lydia. Lydia's shutting her eyes.
She is my shy girl.
Elena, how are you?
She's also a little bit shy. Elena was born in Guatemala, and Lydia was born in Ghana. These are my boys. Garrett is my wild man.
Hi, Garrett.
This is Eddie.
Hi. Pleased to meet you.
If he and Lydia don't make eye contact, it's because in Ghana it's considered disrespectful for children to look
yeah.
at an adult. So
Eddie and Lydia only came over to the States 3 months ago from Ghana, which is a huge transition for them.
Oh, look, this is Chris there.
that is Chris when
Daddy.
he came home from deployment 2 years ago. About 36 hours after we brought Elena back from Guatemala, he had to deploy for 7 months.
So Chris is out there now.
Yes, he's in Afghanistan this time.
Yeah.
Eddie, you want chicken?
Just after I arrived, Mum started getting lunch ready, and I can see that with Chris overseas, she's certainly got her hands full.
This is gross. Seeing all this food on my floor,
It's hard not to have Chris around because I'm completely outnumbered.
okay, please do not put your cup upside down on your head. You do not want juice on your hair.
I'm not an octopus, but I feel like I need to be.
That scare you?
After lunch, Garrett and Elena went outside with no permission and no supervision. Not safe at all. What are you doing outside?
We're playing.
Then Mum came outside to supervise all 4 kids.
Garrett and Eddie! Let's go, girls! Now!
Her tone for giving direction to the kids is very Sergeant Major.
Don't even think about it! Get back on the sidewalk! Lydia?
I saw that the kids were not doing what was asked of them and they were going out into the street. Elena's on the other side. The kids even went down to the playground by themselves with no permission and with Mum legging behind.
Get out of the park! Now! Now!
After watching this for an hour, I was wondering how long is this going to run before Mum steps up and takes some action?
Lydia, now get out of the street! Your plasma's in toy jail.
I was like, toy jail?
The
So when they
rules for
don't follow the rules, the car goes into timeout
car, yeah.
and not them?
No. I put the toy in timeout. I know.
The toy goes in timeout,
Yeah.
not the child for riding the bike. That's crazy. I gotta laugh at that. Lydia decided to show her frustration with her toy being taken away.
No, ma'am. That is not okay. You may not throw things just because you're angry.
I wonder what Mum was going to do next.
Lydia, now get out of the street!
Mum punished Lydia by taking her toy car away. And Lydia, she wasn't happy about it at all.
No, ma'am. That is not okay. You may not throw things just because you're angry.
Mum sat Lydia out as discipline, but then went and sat next to her. So instead of it being a punishment, it now became a mummy and me time.
She in timeout.
She's just cooling off a little bit.
No surprise, Elena came over and thought she'd have some special time too.
Elena, hands to yourself.
Do you know why Elena's come over here?
To get my attention.
Then Mum decided to reward Elena by picking her up when she'd been naughty. These mixed messages are flying around like confetti. Now you're coming inside. She started to behave a certain way and you went to give her cuddles and love.
I try to give her love all the time, especially when she's angry because I know how much she's missing Daddy. I think she's having a really hard time with Chris being gone. Like last night, she cried for him for a really long time.
It's very clear that Mum feels guilty about doing discipline with her adopted children. Not only because Chris is away, but also she's really scared that if she steps up and disciplines these kids, that psychologically she's going to damage all the effort she's put in to connect with them. So the confusing part for you is having compassion with boundaries?
Yeah, figuring out where the boundaries exactly should be. I struggle with creating that sense of trust in me as a caring parent, and then also holding the line on discipline because the adoptive kids can see it as taking away love.
I want you to get Daddy.
I can't get him.
Why?
Where is he?
Afghanistan.
He's in Afghanistan.
I can see how tough it is for Mum, raising these kids without Chris being around, and so I really wanted to talk to her about it. What's the biggest pressure you put on yourself?
Doing it all. I mean, that's the hardest thing with being a military spouse is doing it all.
Okay. The fear is what?
That I'm gonna let my kids down. That I'm not gonna be the mom that we can enjoy our time together. I need to hold the bag of both being mom and dad, and I don't feel like I can let either bag down. I can't drop them for a second. I'm trying to stay connected with my husband, which we've had problems in the past, staying connected while he's deployed, just because I sort of detach. When I get feeling too much, I just sort of put it in a box, put the box away up in a closet, and don't really look at the box.
I could see that she was trying to contain herself and keep composed, because obviously it's very, very raw for her, that there's so many thoughts that must be swimming around in her head every day. After dinner, Mum started getting the kids ready for bed.
Garrett, Eddie, undies, now.
And yet again, Mum disappeared, Sergeant Major came in. I mean, where was the words of encouragement? These are kids getting ready for bedtime, not soldiers going off to war.
Hey, no ma'am. Go turn on the shower now.
I certainly got the sense that Mum's just trying to rush through the evening and just get over and done with.
This is my nighttime struggle. Let's go, Garrett, let's go. Cars go in the white bucket. What are you doing?
Not really feeling a winding down period here. No transition from day to night. It's all about tidying up and getting ready for bed. Before long, Mum had the kids into bed.
Good night. Sleep well.
Beckie was telling me that because Lydia and Eddie have only been in the States for 3 months, they're still very scared of the dark.
In Ghana, the adoption coordinator said bad things happened in the dark, especially in their village. They come through and clear people out that are poor and set fire to their shacks and whatnot.
Right, yeah.
So Eddie has a very real fear. Eddie will tell me the dark, the dark, the dark.
Does he get out of bed?
They come in and find me.
Who?
Lydia especially, and then Lena and Garrett come in and they argue over who's gonna lay next to Mummy.
I know that we can certainly get these children to a point of very much feeling like it is safe to be in their bedrooms, in their home, feeling very protected. What I'd love to do is to leave you now, and tomorrow morning, if I could have a family meeting with you.
Sounds great.
I'm quite clear on what I actually do want to do with this family, and I really hope that she's open to receiving what I have to give to her in order to make her situation a lot easier.
I'm a little trepidatious to hear what Jo has to say about what she's seen in my house, but at the same time, I wouldn't have called and asked for help if I wasn't willing to accept her criticism.
I don't truly believe that you are at your height of parenting, that you're feeling that fulfillment.
Yeah, I'm definitely not where I want to be as a mom.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Dad. He's been away for, what, a couple of months
2
now?
months. Yeah.
And he could
7.
be staying away for another, what, 10?
10 to 12, depending on what happens with the deployment.
That's a long time. As mum, raising these kids right now single-handedly is a big challenge for you.
Yeah.
I feel what's going to be important is to be able to give them the avenue to really recognise that Daddy's always in the house even though he's not in the house. Bedtime. You struggle at bedtime. And I feel the urgency. Tick-tock, tick-tock, I need these kids in bed. It's like that. Eddie and Lydia have come from a transition over the last couple of months. And so you've had to really be cautious with those circumstances. But I think bad habits have been created.
Yeah, absolutely.
What they don't get from you is your word, that everything's okay. You're actually fine to sleep in your own bed because you're safe. You can trust me. I will protect you. This is your sanctuary. Another issue is the positive praise. Right now, your head is focusing on all the things that are not quite right, all the things that could be better.
I haven't figured that part out.
Yeah. I really want to introduce to your family positive reinforcement through you verbalising how you feel and what you saw so they can take that and have it and keep it. Because I think it's going to just make a big difference.
Yes.
Do we feel that we're able to do this? Do we feel that
Yes,
we're able
ma'am.
to take on this journey and feel and experience and have some fun along the way?
Yes, ma'am. Sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
With Dad being off at war and Lydia and Eddie only being in the States for 3 months, it's left Mum rather confused at when to discipline and when not to. And I think what's going to be very healthy for Beckie is to establish some house rules
No hurtful words.
so that she could go over them with the kids.
Our second rule is tidy up your toys.
And then I brought in a reward chart so that these kids would visually see how well they were doing with the rules. You listen to Mummy, then Mummy gives her a very special reward.
The house rules and reward chart are definitely helping me feel more comfortable as a parent. They're definitely a staying feature of our house now.
Let's just do a little mini exercise of stop, start, stop, start.
Next thing I wanted to tackle was outdoor safety. I'd noticed in observation that these kids just run out into the street and they don't even listen to Mum, and we need to work on this.
They can choose whatever they want to ride, but when you say stop, they have to stop, and when you say go, then they can continue.
All right, we're gonna go walk on a little walk around the cul-de-sac. Mommy is gonna tell you, stop, go, stop, go. And every time Mommy says stop, what do you need to do? Stop. All right, let's go.
Very simple, but a stop and start, you just go to show how much control you need. Okay, stop her.
Stop! Stop, Lydia!
Right, bring Lydia right the way
Lydia,
back to
come
you.
back to Mummy!
The ones you can't trust to listen to you need to be close to you.
Because you didn't listen to Mummy, now you're at the back of the pack. I need to be able to trust you to listen. Go!
Mum had to kick into high gear and keep reminding these children.
Stop!
Right, all three
Okay,
of
you
them.
three, you need to come back to Mummy!
Nice one, all three of them. This little game allows them to recognise the discipline that they're going to need to listen and do as they're being told.
I definitely think the kids got it. They all got to see that Mommy called them if they didn't listen, so it was a good exercise.
Go! Stop! Nice! Yay!
Well done.
Stop!
All good.
Awesome! Go!
This little exercise allows Mum to step up with her authority and these kids to actually start listening. Well done.
Very nice. Go!
Giving Mum greater peace of mind. At dinner time, Lydia decided that she didn't want to sit at the dining table and threw a tantrum. I think Mum's just incredibly scared that if she disciplines these children, that she's going to damage that emotional connection with them. And I'm about to show her that's not the case. You're going to tell Lydia, you're not going to ask her to sit at the table and to eat her dinner with everybody else. Okay? And when she refuses to listen to you, you're then going to give her a warning. You sit at the table and you eat your dinner, otherwise you're going into timeout.
Lydia, you need to go sit down and eat your dinner with all the rest of the family. You need to sit down and eat your dinner, or you're going to go to timeout. And now I put her in timeout?
You got it. Mum took Lydia to the naughty step, but I was concerned that she wouldn't follow through with that discipline and do it properly and remain compassionate, but in a healthy way, with boundaries.
I struggle with where I draw the line. I wanted the kids to know that Mommy wasn't taking away her affection and her love.
Joe, this is where I feel, do I sit with her?
No. And now I'm going to tell you why. Because during the day, everything you're going to be doing with her is not neglect, okay? You are parenting. You are showing her love. You are showing her affection. So she's perfectly capable of being able to sit on the naughty step and not feel like she's being abandoned by any means. Lydia certainly tested Mum by getting off of that step, but Mum was persistent and she put her back every time. You're going to bring her down and start the timer again.
Yep.
You got it. Lydia caught on very quickly, and within 10 minutes, timeout was over. But the real lesson here is for Mum, that stepping up and giving your child boundaries and discipline means that you do love your child, not that you don't.
Lydia, Mommy put you in timeout because you did not sit at the table with the family. Can you say sorry, Mommy?
Sorry.
Sorry, I forgive you. Can I have a hug and kiss?
I listened to Jo and did what she said, and to hear Lydia finally admit sorry, which I don't think she has said but twice, was amazing.
All right, time to go to the table.
Jo has definitely helped me work through how to create a healthy dissociation between my feelings and what is happening at the situation. I feel like Lydia definitely trusts me as a mother, and that in itself is just awesome.
There you go, love.
After dinner time, I had a very special treat for this family. I mean, let's face it, it's got to be tough for these kids, right? With their dad being away at war. So I set up a live video link with Dad. But first, I wanted to speak to Chris by myself. How's it been for you today?
Today's been a fantastic day, especially because I get to connect with the family again. This rocks.
It must be incredibly difficult for you being out there when you've got your family back home here.
I wish I was home. I wish I was seeing the kids. And, 2 months, boy, they change quick. See, here you go. You got me.
There was a pregnant pause where I could feel his heart beating as he was talking about his kids. I mean, he's missing his family like thousands and thousands of other troops who are doing their job whilst their families are at home. I'm actually just going to bring Beckie in so you can have a chat with her, and the kids will come in afterwards.
I think that sounds fantastic.
Hello.
Hey, beautiful.
How are you? It's nice to be
I'm
able to
good.
see your face.
You look fantastic, baby.
Thank you. You look pretty good yourself.
So talk to me about the kids.
I know he misses the children terribly. I can hear it in his voice when I'm on the phone with him. I can read it in his emails.
How's Elena doing?
She's strong-willed as ever.
After Mum and Dad had a chance to speak alone for a few minutes, I brought in the kids.
Hey, kiddos!
I miss my daddy.
Hey, kiddos!
It was so great to see the kids' faces when they came into the room and realized, wait a second, on the TV is Daddy.
Eddie, Elena, are those pretty gloves you're wearing?
We were gardening, Daddy.
Hey, Noah. Hello!
Just to see his smile was so great.
I want a face fix.
You want a face fish?
Right here, ready?
There you go, Lena. Give Daddy fishy kisses. Can you blow Daddy kisses? Put it in our hearts.
Another one. Oh, got it. In my heart.
While Dad being away is difficult, at least every now and then they're going to get this wonderful chance to connect. It just makes those days a little bit easier. And for them, that's incredibly important.
I love you, Dad.
Give Mama hugs for me right now, please. Go give Mommy a big hug from Afghanistan.
Oh, thank you, Edward. Oh, that's awesome. Go tell Daddy bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Daddy has to go back to work. Say bye-bye, Daddy. Mommy, come on, darling. Let's go.
Mum took the kids outside thinking that the call was over, but not quite yet. Hold tight, because I'm just going to bring Becky in.
Right.
Mum told me that it's so difficult to stay emotionally connected to your husband when he's so many miles away. And so as I was there, I wanted to give her the opportunity to have a conversation with Chris in complete privacy whilst I supervised the kids.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was so appreciative to be able to have that time, him and I.
I think Becky's clearly got the message that when you're giving discipline, you don't give loads of affection as well. But apart from that, her adopted kids need lots of love, kisses and cuddles and everything else. Mum's really not that quick to give a lot of praise, but she's certainly good at barking orders. So I wanted to give her a little technique that would help her to really acknowledge the good behaviour that she sees from these children so that they can keep doing it.
Okay.
I gave Mum 4 hearts so she could write down all the wonderful things that she sees from each one of her children. One thing that stood out more that you wanted to give them credit for by reading out what's on their heart and actually giving it to them.
Instead of always saying what they're not doing.
You got it.
I'm known in the neighborhood as the mom that yells at her kids a lot, and I'd like to not have that reputation anymore.
The glasses that you look through sometimes
Make all the difference.
Yeah. And after Mum had some time to write out those hearts, it was time to give them to the kids.
Garrett, it's time to do hearts. Let's go.
Mum, this is a nice thing. Come on, let's do hearts.
So I need to get more excited.
Let's do hearts. You know what it is? Shall I tell you, it's this. Your mind is so focused on managing all 4 of them that it's like this. Right, let's go here. Right, come on, round up the troops. Right, okay, let's go here. Right, round up the troops. So the monotone is always the same. So when you're doing the hearts, play with your voice, play with it. Come on, let's go and do the hearts. Come on, Mummy's got the hearts for you.
Okay, come on, guys. Let's go sit down at the table so we can do hearts. Let me read Eddie his heart. It says, Eddie, I am very proud of you for using your words. Mwah. Lydia, I am very proud of you for using your words and talking to Mommy when you were upset today. Mwah. Elena, thank you so much for listening to Mommy. There was no warnings today, were there? No, I'm so proud of you. Can I have a hug and kiss? Mwah. Garrett, thank you for taking turns with your friends at the park today. And I'm so proud of you for doing that.
I definitely feel that Joe has helped change the tone of our house and helped me redirect my attention to what things my kids are doing right. Just to see their faces light up, it makes it worth the time to me.
Finally, it was time to deal with bedtime. Through observation, I found out that Lydia and Eddie have certainly suffered some horrific experiences when it comes to nighttime in Ghana.
Eddie will tell me the dark, the dark, the dark. In Ghana, bad things happened in the dark. They come through and set fire to their shacks and whatnot.
Right. Up we go, darling.
Come on.
I wanted to teach Mum how to reassure all 4 of her kids that when it comes to bedtime, they're safe.
It's extremely important to me that I'm able to pull everything together while Chris is away because I don't want him to have to worry about what's going on at home while he's in a war zone.
These are lights, and they go into your bedroom, and they light up all pretty. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the ambience, OK? Mum would create this really warm, inviting ambience by closing the blinds and putting up some nice, colourful lights so that these kids wouldn't be scared of the dark.
Look, guys. All right, everybody needs to come sit next to Mummy. Our house, safe house, right?
I think the most important thing here is to set up and create a ritual to verbally reassure these kids just before they go to bed that they're perfectly safe.
When a monster comes, I want to get out of here.
Does Mommy keep you safe if the monsters try to come? Yeah, Mommy's gonna say, stop. You're not allowed.
Eddie was hearing what Mum was saying about no monsters coming in.
There's no monsters here.
And you could see that she made that little boy feel very, very safe. And that moment for me was something very beautiful.
All right, girls, climb into bed. Good night.
And now that these kids were tucked into bed soundly, the challenge would be keeping them in the beds. I gave Mum a wind chime to hang on the back of her door so that she wouldn't get anybody in her bed unannounced.
Yeah, that'll wake me up.
But almost immediately, she had a visitor. Normally, I'd have a parent put a child back to bed with no communication. But we've got some real serious situations here, and so I've got to tweak the technique a little bit. I just want you to say to Elena, it's time for you to go to bed, darling.
Okay, it's time for you to go to bed, love. Let's go. Come on.
I wanted Becky to give the kids short, verbal reassurance and then put them straight back to bed.
Okay, good night, loves. I love you. Sleep well. Elena really tried the I need you, I miss Daddy, I need you.
Mom, I need you.
And I got to realize really quick that that's a ploy that she uses at bedtime.
Mom, I need you.
A little while later, both girls got out of bed. They had their lights on and they were making a right ruckus in that bedroom. I think it was really tough for Mum to be firm, especially with Lydia and Eddie.
Eddie and Lydia never had their own beds before they came to America. They had a family bed. So they're learning something completely new.
But even so, Mum followed through and she did a fantastic job.
It's time to go to bed. I told the girls no more lights, no more playing. It was time for sleep. Good night. I love you. Rest well so we can have fun tomorrow. And that was it. They were out. I couldn't believe how easy it was.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I think it was a serious breakthrough. Because Mum gave them that short verbal reassurance, it made them feel safe and they slept in their own beds. This is a step. This is where you need to be.
Yeah.
Mum's done an amazing job tonight. Now these kids are in their beds, I'm going to leave her so that she can get a good night's sleep. Give me a big hug.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I just really hope that Mum can stay on track while I'm away.
I have a feeling that the kids aren't done trying to push me on the bedtime routine quite yet. And with Joe leaving us for a few days, that'll be my biggest challenge.
I've been gone for 3 days, so I'm very excited and curious to see how Mum's done whilst I've been away. And I've got a little surprise for her. Let's open up the DVD. We can switch on this screen here and have Chris join us.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see you again.
I was pleasantly surprised to be able to see Chris again during the DVD meeting, just to see his face.
Are you keen to see exactly how well your wife's done with all your beautiful children whilst you've been out there?
Yes, I have been looking forward to this all week. What do you have for us?
All right, let's take a look then.
You cannot go past the yellow sign. If you go past it again, you'll go in timeout for not listening to Mummy. Eddie! You're in timeout for 6 minutes for not listening and doing as Mummy said. Lydia, unlock this door now, or you will go to timeout for not listening and doing as Mummy said. You are in timeout for locking Mummy out of the house and not listening and doing as I said when I told you to unlock it. I put you in timeout because you did not listen and do as Mommy said.
Sorry.
Hug and kisses.
Sorry.
Hugs and kisses. Oh, no, 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 no. I want a real hug. That's not a real hug. I want a real Eddie hug. Give me real hugs. Lydia, Mommy put you in timeout because you locked me out of the house. And when I told you to unlock the door, you didn't. You ready to say sorry, Mommy? Hugs and kisses. Oh, there we go. Kisses. Go play.
I can see Chris smiling there.
Wow. First, Lydia in timeout. Oh my gosh. Wow. But two of them? Well done. That's awesome.
When I arrived, Chris, Becky was putting the plasma cars into timeout, not the children. So we've come far, sir.
I was doing toy jail. This works better. A lot better.
And the most important thing that you did was to follow through completely.
Way to go, sweetie.
Thank you.
So let's take a look at bedtime.
Look at your lights now. What do you think about that? I want you to remember, as you get in your beds, that you are safe. And you can sleep in your beds all night long, in your own spaces, because Mommy keeps you safe. Good night. Good night, girls. Good night, Lovey.
So do you have any bedtime issues now?
Not really.
Did you hear that, Chris?
I did. I look forward to coming home to that.
It's been a long time since we had our own bed, huh?
And we can sleep in it instead of get dogpiled by 4 kiddos. That is awesome.
Let's take a look at the kids listening.
Okay, Lydia, the shirt that you threw, I need you to go bring that back to Mommy, please. Now. Elena! Elena! Stop! Boys, stop! Stop! Lydia!
Just goes to show you, as quick as they can learn, if it's not followed through, then they get lazy with it as well.
Yeah.
It has to be consistent in order for it to be remembered and just become natural for them to just do instinctively. And they're the things that we'll work on today so that you can sharpen that up so that we see that just fall into place. Chris, what do you think about what you've just seen and what you've heard?
This is fantastic to see. Really puts my mind at ease.
She can control the kids. They work with her. They're a team again. There's just this burden that she doesn't have to carry anymore. She's not carrying it anymore.
Chris, I'm going to get busy with Becky and continue doing what's necessary. I'm going to say goodbye to you. Be safe.
Thank you, Supernanny.
Sweetie, I love you.
Love you
miss
too.
Kiss
Thank
the
you.
kids for me.
Mwah.
We're not out of the woods yet. We do need to do more stuff, but I'm eager to get going with you because I know you are. So
Yes.
let's get to it.
All right, sounds good.
Where's our ears? Touch our ears. Where's our head? Where are our earlobes? I could see from watching the DVD that these kids are still having trouble listening and taking direction from Mum. So I brought in a little game. We play this game by giving each child a chart that shows us images. They'll hear a noise, they're to step onto the correct image. Not only does this game help the kids with listening, but also it helps with their vocabulary as well in identifying the images that they see, especially for Lydia and Eddie, who have only been in the States for 3 months.
So listen, when you...
Okay, stop there. The kids weren't listening, and so I stepped in. As soon as you see them turning their heads to you or looking elsewhere, you've got to be able to tell them what you need them to do in order to have that eye-to-eye contact.
All right, Garrett, Lydia, Lena, Eddie, I need everybody's eyes on Mommy.
Mommy, me.
You're doing a good job, Eddie. All right, what Mommy's going to do is I'm gonna press some sound and you're going to find the square that matches that sound and stand on it. Ready?
Cow. Cow.
Yep, it's the cow. Well done, everyone got the cow.
Joe said the point of the game was to really work on the kids' listening skills. Where water comes out of Eddie. Where water comes out of Lydia. That's right, faucet.
It also had the ability to help Eddie and Lydia improve their English vocabulary because they've only been speaking English for very few months. The kids were pretty excited by the game, and they took to it very quickly. So I think it's definitely something that we're gonna do regularly.
Good job.
Children, can I ask a question? Who would like to see what Daddy has to say on this DVD?
A video from Daddy.
I had one very last surprise for these kids. They loved watching their dad on the video call, but they're not going to get to do that every day. And so I had Dad do a little video of himself that they can play anytime they want to.
Lydia.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
I thought it was excellent because it was a way for the kids to actually see an active daddy instead of just still pictures.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
The kids were laughing and giggling, and they really got into singing and marching and playing along with him, and it was a great way for them to play with Daddy, even though Daddy's thousands of miles away.
Yeah, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were either up or down.
When the kids are having a day that they really miss Daddy, they now can have a laugh with Daddy, and nothing cures the heart faster than laughter.
It's time for me to go home now. Right, who's going to give me a big hug? Because I'd like some hugs.
Bye-bye, Jojo. Bye-bye, Jojo. Bye-bye, Jojo, please.
You have a beautiful family, a very supportive husband.
Yes.
As many miles away as he is, and you should
Fabulous.
be extremely proud. You really should.
Jo has changed our family for the better, and I can't ever thank her enough for that. I feel hopeful for what this next year will bring. The future looks pretty rosy for the Merrill family.
Bye, Eddie. What an amazing family.